But I think the most important transformer of all is the transformer we find inside our heart. Hello, welcome to Can I Harass You for a Second? My name is Calvin. I am off of some edibles and a bunch of NyQuil. I'm sick as fuck right now. I feel terrible. We will see how this episode pursues.
He's already hallucinating.
Pursues. I was going to say pursues. I don't know. Hi, Corey. How the fuck are you?
Oh, we're doing great, Cal. We're rolling with it. We're inside. It's about 20 degrees cooler inside than it is outside.
Thank God it's
very
so
happy
hot
about
outside. It's been like 90, and for all my people that live in places where it gets hotter, move.
Yeah, I very much agree with that.
Leave.
Go to places that are meant for human beings.
And then we inhabit the ice places that are now going to become tropical. It's a whole vicious cycle. Yeah, global warming isn't real. Al Gore lied to you. That's my hot take of the day. Anyways, what have you been doing this week? What's new?
Oh God, we're getting into the last minute wedding crap.
Oh God, that sounds terrible.
Yeah, well, so we've got the big plan shit out of the way, but now it's the looping all of the details together. And now I have to call about 40 people to be like, hey, you didn't RSVP.
I didn't RSVP.
Hey. Yeah, but we know you. Cal, I'm going to knock you out with a fucking, hammer and then drag you into the car. I have the convenience of having you right over there.
Yeah.
Makes it a little easier.
Good to know. Good to know. We like threatening our people up in this chat. Comment below if you threaten your friends. Jesus Christ.
Threats are how you can tell they love you.
So, what I'm hearing, though, is no half pig.
No half pig.
Did you decide on a place to eat?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, we did.
Was it the Mexican joint?
It was the Mexican joint.
It was the Mexican joint.
It's going to be good. We're going to do, I think, enchiladas is the plan.
You get
They're going to be good enchiladas.
You get one 50 tray or something?
It's going to be 300 or more. So, and also with a person to help serve. So, it'll be nice. And it was a relatively cheap option as far as catering went. There were a number of different catering things where it could have gone $4,000 or more. So, anyway.
See, I thought it'd be like a serve your own rice and beans, and I was going to put a bunch in Ziplocs and put them down my pants and snuggle them out.
I mean, you can probably do that.
I probably will.
I mean, I'm not going to stop you from going up to the person who has the spoon and saying, can you please put that in this bag?
I need 4 of those stat. I'm with the groom. We're going to go get super high and eat a bunch of enchiladas in the back, and I need you to not get in the way of this.
Just womp, womp, womp. Absolutely. But that's the best part about the weddings, is the people who are just letting you do you. You know, when I was at my brother's wedding.
What does that even mean?
Nice.
That was a Vegas sentence I've ever heard you say.
We're getting there with the story.
I'm delirious, and that wasn't a coherent sentence.
The people letting you do you, Cal. At my brother's wedding, he gave us monogrammed flasks.
That's cool.
He also had an open bar, which I don't think I'm going to have, but it is what it is. But so, I get the flask, and I'm like, oh, it would be cool. So I go to the open bar, and I'm like, hey, can you fill this with Jameson? And the guy who's at the bar goes, I don't think we can do outside contain. And then his boss comes over and goes, hey, you're the brother, right? And I'm like, yeah. And she goes, yeah, I'll give you the flask. I'm like, okay, you bet. So I hand over the flask. She fills that sucker. I go back to the table.
She knows what the business is. What are we talking about, dog?
Right. Well, and then on top of that, I go back 2-3 times to refill my flask of Jameson because I'm getting trashed. And so, the first time she's there, oh, hey, buddy, here you go. Fills it right up. Second time, same deal. Oh, absolutely. Third time, there's a new person behind the bar. And they go, oh, I don't think that that's something that I can do. And I went, oh, that's okay. I start to trudge back to the table, and then she's like sitting at a table nearby and goes, no, hold on a second, and gets up and goes and berates the person behind the bar. She's like, he's in the wedding party. Okay, Jesus. Okay.
So a flask varies from 4 to 8 ounces. So is it a 6-ounce flask?
I think it's a 6-ounce flask, yeah.
So you were 9 shots deep, and this person's like...
I mean, I wasn't falling over. I had people to take me where I needed to go. It was fine. You want to throw up there?
No, coughing is terrible. As I prepare to hit a bong load. Because you know what? I don't have anything prepared for this one. Live your life 1/4 mile at a time, huh? Yeah, no, I've been to a bunch of weddings, but I was always underage. And the only one that I did go to that I was of age was Austin's. And we've all heard the goddamn story of I lost track of how many champagnes I had. And that while that is a bitch thing, I also smoked like an eighth of weed. So like, ha ha ha.
Champagne catches up to you, though. Like,
champagne catches up to you. It's a fickle mistress. But with yours and Zach's coming up, I feel like it's one of those things that I don't really think I have to worry as much as I thought I would about myself. Because A, can't do that anymore. B, it's a lot. You know what I mean? And it's their wedding. I'm there. I'm going to have some fun. Hit the Benjamin, whatever I'm going to do. But I'm not going to get shitty. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I feel like if I do get shitty, then it takes away from them. And these are two very important people to me, you know? Mm-hmm. Also, I'm not incurring any wrath for doing so. I refuse, you know? It's it's something that seems like a scary idea. And we love the brides. Both of the brides, we love them. And we want to make sure they're happy. And
yes, we do.
I don't want to be the problem, so I'm going to be better. But with Austin's, I just kind of forgot that like there was a limit to how much you should drink as like I don't know an adult. And it was free. They kept handing them to me.
They did keep handing.
They just kept handing them to me. So you know, I could just walk up, wait in this 2-person line, and have more champagne. But
it does surprise me that they kept serving you at a certain point because you were walking up at a 45-degree angle. Like
I wasn't that bad. I made it to the next bars, so I made it past the point of the party.
That's because you slowed down at some point. I feel like someone started handing you water instead of champagne.
Yeah, they just handed me fucking spritzer or something. They were smarter than me. It's like when you hand your drunk friend a shot of water and they're like, ooh.
Take the shot. It's vodka. Ooh.
Oof. Ah. Oof.
That hits hard.
So my boys get married. We've been friends for years. I want to show you a couple videos today, and then we're going to go into I believe, lengthy conversation about movies and anime that we've watched over the years, and just kind of highlight on a couple of them, talk about what they bring to our, why they bring us pleasure, why they gust to us. Also, why we would recommend them to some people, and why we wouldn't recommend them to some people. So that's what's going to be happening today. But right now, I just need to show you something really funny, because I don't really know what this is. You've seen this on the TikTok, I'm imagining. All right, so...
Is it oh, God, yes.
It's so insane. I don't...
I have no context for this ever when it comes up. Also, what's with this person stepping on the cape? Like, what are you doing? Like, that's not customer service. Like, yeah, get the weirdo out of your store, I understand, but, like, what the fuck?
And it's evolved.
Oh my God.
This guy is, of course, doing it a little bit differently, but this was the first one I saw. Crawley the Wizard. And it's just...
with the little net? Like, what's the point?
I don't know. I thought you would have some insight or anything.
No, I have no context for this.
Crawley,
I really wish I knew.
Wizard explanation. Nope.
More?
Nope, we're not finding it.
Oh, Aleister Crowley.
Nope,
yes,
we're not finding it today.
definitely.
Nope. No, I just thought that was really fun. It's one of those silly little things. It's like, what the fuck did I just watch? Because I watched it once, and it was like the, like Roblox or like the Wii menu fucking noise. Boom, 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 boom. You know, like it sounds like bubbles or whatever the hell.
Yeah.
Sounds like bubbles. But yeah, I just saw it with that, and I went, what the fuck was that? And then I watched it again. I'm like, I don't know what's going on. Just sent it to Epic. He just liked it. He didn't comment on it. And I went, all right, we nobody knows what's happening right now.
No, I have no idea.
It's probably a really short dude curling down and just, you know, like just, I don't know. I feel like he's just trying to make mischief.
It just gets
in
me,
the most
how much of a following there is here.
Well, yeah, 3.2 million followers or something. Like,
yeah, 3.2. But on top of that, there's like other people who are starting on the trend. There's porn of this now, Cal. Like, there's definitely porn of this.
There is porn of this. Yeah, Crawley the Wizard has probably been penetrated.
Oh my god.
Well, that's unfortunate.
I mean,
comment below if you want us to send you the link. I don't know.
Please don't penetrate Crawley the Wizard.
If you want to penetrate Crawley the Wizard, fucking comment below, bro. I am so fucking out of it right now. This is not the sentence that I anticipated. This one's another one. So, like, back to our youth. Did you ride, whatchamacallit? Did you ride razors? The scooters?
The razor scooters?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Definitely. I still have the ankle scars to prove it.
So, this is a guy that I found named Cold Cuts. And he has the top 10 most painful shinners, which he has set up multiple machines whilst lifting to also fuck his ankles. Very strong ankles, but he's created a lot of different tools. And
these are my top 10 shinners of the month.
Why does it spin? No! Why? I just missed your content, bro! Is he trying to practice for Muay Thai? Like,
I don't know.
Forgive me, Father, for I have shinned. These are my top 10 shinners of the month.
Forgive me, Father, for I have shinned. Those are just not the right noises to be coming out of a human leg. That's not it.
What's a terrible fucking what you've like? I've only broken my leg. Have you broken like anything?
Oh yeah. When I was in middle school, actually, I broke my left wrist.
How'd you do that?
So you remember there was the blacktop area where we did PE, right?
At our elementary school?
No, Degano, middle school.
You said middle school, did you?
Mm-hmm. At least I think I said middle school. I don't know. God, maybe I said Weeble Wobble. That's what your brain's telling you right now.
Yeah, where we did PE. Where we lined up for PE.
Yeah, and then there was like the basketball courts and the blacktop, and then the big fence around it, right? So we were doing like a basketball like free thing where people were going around and doing different random semi-sports, you know what I mean? Like some kids were sort of playing half-ass basketball. Some kids, I think it might have been recess, something like that. No, it was PE, because it was right before my history class that took place in the P buildings that were right next to the blacktop area, right? So I don't remember who I was talking to or playing with or whatever, but we had to go line up back on the numbers before class was over, right? And I was running backwards across the blacktop talking to somebody, and I tripped. And I reached backwards and I caught myself like with my arm.
Oh, you were running
extended
backwards because you're an idiot.
me. Yeah. So I put all of my weight right smack dab on the heel of my palm, and I got a nice radial fracture all the way up my ulna. And so I didn't realize what the fuck had happened. I just went, oh, that hurt. Okay, well, I gotta go to the numbers now. So I kept going to the numbers, and I sit down, and I don't remember anything else from that period. And then I remember that I had to get up and go to my history class. And my history teacher, I don't remember her name, bless her heart. I walked into the classroom, and the moment that I stepped through the door, she goes, "Hey, are you good?" And I went, I'm fine. She goes, are you sure? Because you just had PE, right? And I went, yeah. She goes, only a lot of kids tend to break bones in PE and then come into my classroom and tell me that they're fine. And I went, no, it couldn't be me. I'm good. I'm just going to go sit down and it's going to be fine. And then after about 10 minutes of class, I don't remember that 10 minutes of class except for she came up and goes, hey, so you've been sitting at your desk like pale as a sheet, clutching your wrist, rocking back and forth and going, hee. So I'm going to call the nurse for you, and then you're going to go to the doctor, and they're going to set your broken bone.
Do you think the nurse actually knew what they were doing, or did they just be like, oh, shit, never mind?
Oh, God. Well, so basically it was just because that's the procedure they had to do. She knew that I needed to go to the hospital.
Yeah.
And so they brought the school golf cart over and carted me over to the office, and I don't remember any of the rest of this day. Like, shock does some terrible things to your memory. Yeah. Oh, God. But that was... do you not remember the full arm cast, Cal? My arm was like this. Like, the elbow was locked.
I mean, vaguely. I wasn't friends with you in 7th grade. I was friends with you in 8th grade.
Yeah, this was probably right before that. But you might have remembered what happened when I got the cast off. Because about halfway through that cast, my mom wanted me to bathe and not be a dirt monster. And I hadn't figured out bathing with a giant cast on yet. She goes, hey, you know what? It's fine. We'll draw you a bath, and we'll put a trash bag over the thing so that it doesn't get wet. And I went, oh, great. And me being the fucking dumbass that I am, I'm like, oh, it's waterproof. So I have a trash bag on my arm, and I'm sick of holding it up like this in the bath, so I put it down in the water. Trash bags are not waterproof, Gal. No. They have little holes in them. So I soaked my cast, and then we couldn't get all the water out because, of course, like, I was in the bath for like 20 minutes, man. Like, it just completely filled with water.
No, yeah, 100%.
So we were using like hair dryers and trying to get everything, but it's a thick cast that's like 2 feet long. Yeah, so when we finally got the thing off, you've got some pretty severe muscular atrophy, right? Your muscles sort of eat themselves and go away. So I've got a skeletal hand, okay, with the worst fungal infection that you have ever seen. So I've got this like decaying lich hand. So they had, I have like a wrist guard, something to just keep the bones in the right position for, you don't need the full.
No wonder you didn't have any friends. Weird.
Oh, yeah. Well, and what got me is I had plenty of bullies, but I had the best ways of getting back at the bullies, because they would come up, and I was friends with,
the German.
Terman.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he was, like, pretty openly gay at that point, I think. And for some reason, people thought it was clever to come up and be like, well, he's gay, you must be gay. And I'm sitting here like, I don't care if he's gay. I don't care if I'm gay. Why do you care if anyone's gay? But they wouldn't leave me alone about it. They wouldn't leave him alone about it. So one day, I'm sitting here, someone's telling me I'm gay. I'm like, okay, fine. Like, my usual thing of like, well, if you're sure, then let's find out, and go in for a smooch didn't work. So I'm like, okay, you know what? Go away. And they went, why? Make me. And I went, okay. And I took off my wrist guard and I just reached for their face with my skeletal, smelly lich hand. And that did the trick.
Was it the fapping hand?
I think that was when I learned with the other hand.
That was when you got Ambi?
Everyone's got that one moment in their life.
No, I just always switched to Ambi when I was like bored, but I can't get quite the rhythm and I don't like it.
Yeah, you can't get the angle, right?
You know what I mean? Yeah. Does it work? Would it work if I had a cast? Yeah, but...
I mean, you don't want that sandpaper, man. Like, that shit hurts. Cast burns suck.
Yeah. Using a cast to jerk off sounds terrible.
Oh. Dear God.
So you fucking you definitely did everything wrong that you could do for the cast.
100%, yeah. Mm-hmm. I fucked up in the worst way, yes. And my arm is still fixed, so we'll call it a win. Let me tell you though, the doctor who took that cast off, they did such a good job of containing the facial expression for the smell that happened, because it was not.
My cast was nasty, and I didn't have a smell. Like,
God, yeah. Well, because I mean, you get all the buildup that's in there. You get all the things that fall into the cast and never fall out, and all the dead skin and whatnot. But the rot smell with all the water in there was just
yeah. Talk about a rising meter for rot, you know what I mean? Like,
for real, yeah. That scarlet rot buildup is just too much.
I gotta start the DLC. You gotta start the DLC.
Yeah, I've been playing, trying to get up to where I need to be. How about to go through?
I can help you actually a little bit after this if you want. Just
that might be
nuke
fun.
It out.
I was about to start doing some of the harder bosses on Kaled. I want to see if I can get Radagon done.
Yeah,
we're done.
We're done. Oh wow, yeah. So this is one of your like third or fourth times.
Yeah, I actually haven't beaten Radon. I got up into the Altus Plateau with my first playthrough, and it was just I didn't get to him yet. You know, like I wanted to spend a good like 2-3 days doing my attempts, but I just didn't get there.
We've been playing video games together for a while. I'm very much a TV
That's
watcher.
Accurate.
Very much a TV watcher. I've always enjoyed, and even before we had phones, I would just watch what was happening. You know, I've watched Corey play through, I don't know, dozens of games, and vice versa. We had, some games we played on our own. But what would you say is, I guess, the best game that we played through, like duo played through? I guess would be like where you not like what was that fucking the one where you did the alchemy and
you're thinking Odin Sphere.
I was gonna say Elden Ring, and it's not Elden Ring.
It's not Elden Ring.
Odin Sphere. Yeah, like I didn't understand the alchemy.
To be fair,
that.
Noun shape.
Yeah, I didn't like the alchemy system, and I didn't understand the game. I was never gonna progress as far, but like a game that we were both on the same spectrum, like same fucking vibe for, you know.
I mean, we did play a lot of. This turned into a U game almost. What was it? It was part of the Shin Megami Tensei series.
Oh, Digital Devil Saga.
Digital Devil Saga, yes. And we played through the hell out of that.
I don't think I ever completed the game.
No, because at a certain point you just started leveling in one area, and then I think you got all the characters to max level,
yes.
And then the memory card died or something.
No, I lost the memory card a couple of years ago, but I did get every character up to their max. Everyone could do every spell.
Which you're not supposed to do that.
No.
That's not how the game is supposed to work.
There was an area where you could get it was low enemies that gave you high XP.
Yep.
Which was just strange, or maybe it didn't, and I was just a stupid kid. But it was an area that constantly spawned like high XP, low health enemies or something, so I could beat them relatively easily and get out of there scot-free. I was also thinking Shadow of the Colossus.
Shadow of the Colossus, another really good one, yeah. We did definitely. That one was like we'd hand off between. I'd explore random swathes of this gigantic map that had nothing but beauty in it. That's all there was in that game. It was just beautiful shit. There was no in-game reason to explore any of it. But I mean, you could increase your stamina bar, I guess, but
Yeah, the lizards and stuff, but overall,
literally hunting across like the entirety of the North American continent looking for white-tailed lizards was an interesting adventure for sure.
I just feel
Such
like
a beautiful game.
No, such a beautiful game. I remember we played it on my TV, and then we went downstairs one time when my parents were gone or something, and we hooked it up to the big screen, and I was like, wow, this is how games are supposed to be played. Now I play on a fucking 19-inch monitor, fucking like
Right.
But no, just it was ahead of its time in the PS2 time. It was from the creators of Ico, who had already created a very vast world. Never played Ico, read up a little bit on it, but it wasn't something that really interested me. I probably wouldn't have wanted to continue playing Ico. I'm not a very good gamer. I'm good at the things that I'm good at, but I'm not like, oh, I'll figure this out. No, I'm gonna Google that shit, or I'm gonna buy the guidebook for it back in the day. You know.
Well, and Ico in particular was one of those. It was an interesting game concept because the whole thing is an escort mission. You're escorting the. I don't think the character had a name. The princess, I guess. We'll go with that. For the entire game, and if she gets got, you're dead. And I don't know, that concept, it looked a similar kind of beauty. It looked like it was definitely fun, but that could be very frustrating with the AI that was available at the time.
100%, especially for AI when it came to the escorted people, like in Resident Evil 4.
Oh my god, I loved that game. I hated, and
you could look up her skirt sometimes.
I hated Ashley.
clip it.
Oh god,
you could look up her skirt sometimes.
You could, and then she would call you up for it.
Call you out for looking up her skirt, and you're like, wow. Really? Yeah, we're okay, Konami. Like,
well, and it's this moment of like, look, why'd you put the ladder there? I have to look and see the top of the ledge. I'm not trying. Okay. I mean, I guess at least they didn't give you the achievement that you couldn't get rid of.
Oh,
you know what I'm talking about? You ever hear about Lollipop Chainsaw?
No, what is that?
Oh god, that's okay. So it's a zombie game. You're the head cheerleader. Yeah, look at Lollipop Chainsaw, please. You're the head cheerleader. Your boyfriend gets bit, and you take his head and attach it to your belt. And you're going around and doing badass zombie killing shit. But she's a cheerleader in a cheerleader outfit the whole time.
Clearly.
If you tilted the camera, which you easily could do, if you tilted the camera so that it went and looked up her skirt, you got an achievement that basically called you a perv to everybody online. It's just permanently on your gamer tag now, like.
Everybody had it in the hardcore scene.
There was a number of games that had the fuck you achievement, where it's like, ha ha, you thought you were being sneaky.
Well, I mean, in all of the Metal Gear Solid games, having played through none of them, but watched a lot of them, he put a lot of naked women in there.
He did.
Or scantily clad women.
That is very true.
Oh, speaking
God, what was her name? The plant lady from the more recent ones? It's the lady who, she gets power from being as close to naked as possible. And she's a sniper.
Emma Death. Oh, no, Emma. Her name's Emma.
Ah, that's the one.
Is this her?
Quiet, yes. That was her code name.
That's just pretty hot. I'd let her kill me. I don't know.
She'd shoot you good, man.
She looks like she looks like she's doing the Rock thing. You know what
I mean? Can you smell what the Rock is cooking?
Dude, I was having an issue the other day. We were talking about anime stuff at work. And I was like, damn it, Robin Senna was like 15. Amon should not have been emotionally linked to her like he was. I think
it's that Japanese age of consent thing going on.
It's the Misato fucking Shinji thing that nobody talked about, but everyone talks about. You know, like it's...
Well, the Misato Shinji thing, I feel like it colored a lot of people's perceptions when they were growing up. Because, I mean, I watched that when I was a kid.
You watched Evangelion?
Yeah, I probably shouldn't have,
No,
but I
no.
definitely did.
I got super depressed after I watched that. That was
Yeah, I
insane.
watched Evangelion when I was like 13, 15, something like that.
You're just jerking it to those titties.
doing the sad jerk, man. You get the tears and the and it's just not. It works, but it doesn't. Like.
No, I used to like pause animes and jerk off to like a specific scene or something. I'd be like, yeah, this is it. But yeah, no, you were saying you watched it when you were young, Evangelion.
Oh yeah, no, I'm just saying, like, it. You really shouldn't watch that as a kid. That's where that was going.
No, but like even just the trope, and then also in Dot Hack Sign, was it like Sora and the girl were lesbians with each other, and that was bad? Because their relationship was never really like they friendship, they won. I think they met in the real world or something, hypothetically, at the end of Dot Hack Sign.
Well, I think their thing was platonic, though. Like, I don't know. Dot Hack was a weird one because it was in that weird. Is this person capable of an adult relationship sort of zone, right? Like, that was the bad part, was that I don't think that Sora was capable of consent.
What do you mean?
During that whole anime, like, I don't think that it was ever made clear what age the player behind the character was. You know what I mean?
Or whether they were a woman or a man.
Or whether they were a woman or a man.
Which they ended up being a young teen girl.
Something like that.
In a wheelchair.
Yeah.
Yes.
But what got me about it is their brain was like really messed up with the stuff that made the plot happen in that anime, right?
Well, they showed it. Like, they showed extreme loner. They showed bad parents. They showed like...
Yeah. I mean, effed up life. And it was just one of those moments where it wasn't... Whenever the scenes were going on, it really wasn't clear whether or not this was someone who was going to have a relationship that went that direction anyway. I don't know. I mean, more often than not, that anime really focused more on the platonic, like, friendship through Avatar type thing, right? I guess that's sort of where I'm going with that. Like, I guess that what they were going for was our, what if not friend, why friend-shaped soul, right?
Yeah. There was a lot in Dot Hex Sign. We are going over Paranoia Age, and I've talked about this a million times. We are slowly going through it, and we're going to put a little bit of like what we think for Paranoia Agent, but a little bit of like I'm gonna say a preview. What do you think Paranoia Agent brought to anime that a lot of other animes didn't bring? Even after watching the newest stuff, where it's like the Tales of the Macabre that we watched by that one guy on the Netflix recently, going back even as far as like any of the animes we watched as kids, like Cyber City, or like all these other like old school animes, Akira, like we talked about in the episode.
Yeah.
What do you think? What do you think it's bringing to anime that a lot of other animes don't bring, and why are we really focusing so much on this? And then we'll talk about Big O a little bit after that too, and what it brought.
I feel like what Paranoia Agent brought was a realistic, if metaphorical, view of the power of human belief. Like, there was nothing that was supernatural that didn't make sense.
Yes.
Right?
It was all within a realm of believability. And even there was a sense of disbelief so inherently in all of the occurring and all the events that were occurring that you
There's
really...
very much that feeling of this isn't literally happening at the same time as it's literally happening. In a way that cognitive dissonance just really... It's a balance that's really hard to strike, and I've seen some other animes try to do it.
Like what?
Gosh. Weirdly, mech animes tend to go for that a lot. What am I thinking of? Eureka 7 did that a little bit.
They very much tried to root themselves in this is occurring in real life.
Yeah.
Same thing with Gundam, because Gundam is such a violently political anime.
Oh my god!
But it was really trying to root it as this is something that's occurring, and this is the future that we're looking at. And I feel like Paranoia Agent really captured why, the sense of the power of human belief, but also it captured the state in which the person was in. When you read a good book, you want the main character's lived experience, or you want the writer's lived experience to breathe through that book. That's why I like Night by Eli Wiesel. I had to read it for Holocaust book thing or something. Night was fucking rough. They described the rape of a Polish girl and everything, and you're like, Jesus fucking Christ, but at the end of the day, that lived experience made it a very, very good story. And I think when we're creating something, we have to have something visceral. And his lived experience, the Suicide Pact episode, the pedophilia episode, and it's in every culture. Pedophilia is in every culture. Sick mad people are in every culture. The fear of losing your wife's love, or not being able to be the provider of the man, and then how strong your wife is in combating that episode. You know what I mean? There's so many more examples, of course.
Well, I love these broad strokes of human existence that do capture a lot of fundamentals. That's sort of one of the things that I think that Paranoia Agent does that a lot of things don't, is it really did manage to capture that visceral, basal value of human feeling to a certain extent. The actions that the characters were taking never felt like they were unfounded. Right, it felt like it came from somewhere. Even if it was a bad,
it was
somewhere.
Genuine,
very genuine. Mm-hmm. In a way that a lot of things, you end up with characters that they're not bad characters, but sometimes you just have to have the plot happen, right? But this was very much like a no. A plus B equals C.
And also on top of that, you had intermingled stories and characters, which, as a Ute, I didn't really understand. I still don't understand Fooly Cooly. We'll go back and watch it. Oh, Fooly Cooly, shut the fuck up, weebs. I'll fight you. Come to my fucking house.
There's new Fooly Cooly to watch.
Yeah, that too, and all that. But, I understood that this is something I didn't get when I was a kid. Now that I'm older and I kind of have a general idea of the culture of Japan and, looking at it from different angles and stuff, I feel like I was able to grasp a lot more of this, but it wasn't something that I still fully get, and that's, I guess that's what keeps me coming back for it, rewatching it, thinking maybe a different perspective, we seem to watch it in dark times, when we're like, well, can't get much sadder. But I feel like
speaking of, I need to re-find It's Such a Beautiful Day. Did I have you watch that with me?
We can watch it. We can watch it instead of a music video because we keep getting claimed on music videos, so I have to stop the music videos.
It's Such a Beautiful Day is technically a motion picture length thing. We can't watch it as a music video.
It's only 10 minutes.
Uh-uh.
How much is that?
I think we're thinking of two different things. It's Such a Beautiful Day is from the guy who did the Pop-Tart commercials.
Yeah. It's an hour and 2 minutes. I did not realize it was an hour and 2 minutes.
And also, it's not on anything. You can buy a DVD. I have looked it up. I have tried to, Yarhar, but
I might have gotten it on Prime. Nope.
I wish.
Unable to watch
if
it
it's
in
on
your
Prime,
location.
we're watching it.
Yeah, no, I thought that was the 10-minute one. Is that My Spoon Is Too Big? And
that's My Spoon Is Too Big.
My Spoon Is Too Big. You've all seen it.
What is that called? That's not uncredited. Crap. I'm gonna look it up. Hold on.
No, I got it.
Yeah, just Don Hertzfeldt. It'll come up as the first
Rejected.
thing. Rejected.
It was Rejected, which is the 10-minute one.
Yes, that's the 10-minute one.
Okay. Which we will pop in a little bit of after. What's an anime? I feel like we watched pretty pseudo-anime, or not pseudo, duo animes together. What's an anime you watched as a kid that I didn't watch? I have no fucking idea. I think there's one. I'm trying to think of one that I read. I read a lot of manga that I didn't tell you about because Loveless was gay as hell. And
Loveless was gay as hell.
It was super.
No, you talked
gay.
about that. We never concealed the fact that Loveless was happening.
Oh, super gay.
You had that whole fucking run of the manga.
So gay.
So gay. But it was fine. There were some good characters, some interesting concepts, definitely some very uncomfortable relationships thinking back on it now, but it's fine.
And necotized, which is just a...
Yeah. Well, okay, so anime that you didn't watch with me. Did you end up watching Panic with me ever?
Never. I've never watched one episode.
God. That's an interesting one for me.
What's the plot?
So it's your basic reason to have a mech plot line, right? There's a high school girl who she's been used to record military information on a genetic scale. She doesn't know about it. So other main character, Deuteragonist, who's like a high school age mercenary who's been in multiple war zones and has a lot of experience, is sent to go and protect her, and it turns into a whole love plot between them. But over the course of 6 seasons and OVA season, look up Fumofu, Cal, Fumofu, because it's my most favorite and least favorite season. See the hamster thing?
Where?
Third video down.
Oh.
So, usually we were doing big mech fights, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so for the Fumofu season, for some reason, main character, instead of having a mech, his mech is now this Fumofu character. There's story reasons for this to be happening, but he's essentially just in
The action series Full Metal Panic Fumofu has finally begun.
Oh my
You'll
god.
witness heated battles between the human-shaped mobile suits, the armed slaves, and
Oh, there aren't any this time.
What?
so guns aren't fair. In combat, shouldn't you face your foe
Quote unquote undercover.
No, stupid. I'm looking forward to our time
Hey, Kurtz, Kazuma collapsed over here.
that proves he's nothing but a kid. We're just getting started here.
I love anime.
I love the tropes. But yeah, so they take all the tech from the giant mech soldier things and put it into this little mascot costume. So good.
I'm looking for a specific thing. It's... Where the fuck is it?
God, yeah. So Full Metal Panic. What was another one? I feel like most of the stuff that we watched as kids, we kind of shared at least a little bit.
Yeah. I can't stop talking about Witch Hunter Robin, even though I don't even think it's that... I mean, is it that good of an anime, or was I just, trying to be unique? Even though it wasn't unique, everybody knew about this.
It was a bit of both. I mean, Witch Hunter Robin was fun. I liked the atmosphere. I liked the sort of Big Brother, the sort of undermining different government projects undermining each other because they're working in different large fields that are getting in the way of each other. I like that cat.
I don't know what this is. It's Chiton 7407. I don't know what it is.
That's probably the name of the mascot, maybe? Oh, yes. So I know about this character because of John Oliver. because he has a thing with mascots. He loves mascot characters. They have like 60 mascots that they've created for the show that they just keep in like a warehouse.
Jesus.
It's just ridiculous. But this is a mascot that I don't know if you know much about mascot culture, like
In Japan?
well, Japan and other Eastern cultures, but mostly Japan, yeah.
No.
So it's this whole thing where everybody has mascots. They're not a mascot of anything. It's just a mascot. It's not like the team mascot. No, it's just a character. You'll see it walking around sometimes. It's like the people walking around in Times Square or on in front of the Chinese Theater in LA.
The fake ones.
Exactly. The pseudo Spider-Man who's out there telling babies to go fuck themselves and making rude gestures. At parents.
Like the anti-Semitic Cookie Monster and Elmo.
Oh my God, the anti-Semitic Cookie Monster. Yes. This is the Japanese version of the anti-Semitic Cookie Monster.
Just a chaotic creature.
Extreme chaos, yes. So good. Oh, no.
I don't feel like Witch Hunter Robin had an ending.
No.
And they just went...
another season. Well, it's kind of like the whole show was ramping up for this big... Like, it was a very restive show, right? It had a lot of these restful moments, and that's part of why I liked that show to begin with. But it gave you this impression that it was really building up for this action thing that didn't happen, right? Like, we were expecting, like, a big shootout or something at the end. And, like, there's a couple of fights and things, but it wasn't the huge, like, showdown between government factions that I was looking for. Or that I was expecting, I should say. Which...
Also, Orbo is people.
Orbo is people, yeah. Cal, have you ever watched Soylent Green?
No.
Oh, my God.
Is it an old movie, right?
Oh, it's very old, yes. I don't know that I could recommend it. It was very boring. But it also, I feel like it might be worth it. Not sure if it's up your alley or not.
How long is it? It's an hour and 40 minutes. No, I'm not watching that.
Yeah, well, and it's, very much, it's an art piece.
It's 1973.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I mean, it's iconic, and it definitely gives a lot to the culture. I'll put it that way. Also, just look up the clip for the Soylent Green is people part. Because I don't know that you've ever actually heard the sound bite, but it's very good.
Anthony Bourdain on Soylent Green.
Of course.
There it is.
Ah, that's the one.
They're making our food out of people. Next thing, they'll be breeding us like cattle for food. You gotta tell them. You gotta tell them.
Promise, Tiger. I promise. I'll tell the exchange.
You tell everybody. Listen to me, Hatcher. You gotta tell them. Silent Green is people! We gotta stop them somehow.
Somehow. After which he gets shoved into a chute and turned into Soylent Green.
Really?
And then his family eats him. And then the movie ends on that anticlimactic note. And people talk about how that crazy guy was talking about Soylent Green being people.
That's the end of the movie?
Well, so it was a whole depression thing where it's really fucking obvious that Soylent Green is people. Okay,
yeah.
You get to a certain age, and then you have the send-off ceremony, and you send your loving, I would say grandma, but it's more like dad. It was pretty young. Off to the retirement send-off place in government headquarters, and you drop them off there, and then they go and live happily forever after. And then out of the back of the building, we have the Soylent Green factory. Which is, like, I get it, it's all the food, like, you've utterly destroyed the Earth's ability to actually create enough people that you have. I understand doomsday tropes and all this, but, like, It was really obvious that Soylent Green was people. Okay.
Well, Snowpiercer did the same thing.
You mean Willy Wonka too?
I made you watch that movie, right?
Yes. No, actually, I haven't seen Snowpiercer.
Oh, you haven't?
I have not.
Okay, well,
I've seen lots of stuff with Snowpiercer, but not the actual movie itself.
it's a good movie, I think. I guess this is a good thing. I wanted to talk about Eastern Promises because I feel like we don't watch it enough and people don't talk about it enough.
Yep, I agree with that.
Eastern Promises. It's 2007. So you've got a lot of great movies coming out at that time. Let's see. 2007 movies. You've got number 23. You've got wait, is that Paranormal Investigation? No, that's on recording. All right. 28 weeks later. So actually no, I lied. 2007 was apparently terrible.
28 weeks later.
1408.
Yeah, 1408.
Stomp the Yard was in 2007.
I guess it was.
Live Free or Die Hard, which is
Live Free,
5,
Die Hard,
I think.
Ooh, Disturbia?
Evan Almighty. Big Stand,
Absolutely.
which we've all forgotten.
Yep.
The American Gangster came out. The Kingdom?
Oh, the Hitman movie.
Huh. All right, so apparently there was a lot of bangers. Death Sentence came out in 2007?
Did it really?
Wow.
Oh, and The Golden Compass.
Jesus.
Wasn't the biggest fan of The Golden Compass.
P.S. I Love You, one of my favorite movies.
Loved the books. The Golden Compass,
Yeah.
that is, not P.S. I Love You. Was there a P.S. I Love You book?
No, maybe, probably.
I
Anyways.
have a feeling it was one of those ones that was actually based
All
on...
right, so there was a lot of banger movies that came out, and Eastern Promises was one of them. It is I'll read you just... no, I'll give you the synopsis, all right. We'll just keep this up. In modern day, London, there is a woman who's a nurse, and she gets a girl that comes in who's like pregnant, and I think the woman dies, baby survives. So they're trying to get the baby to the person. Woman finds the connection for the baby because she's reading through this little diary. It's only an hour and 40 minutes. I feel like it's longer. But she's reading it from this little book that she's getting her uncle to translate for her. And there's some really scary shit in the book. Won't spoil any of it, but they end up finding a criminal organization, and it's her experience with just trying to get the baby somewhere safe, and then everything that evolves from there. Viggo Mortensen is the driver for this criminal organization. I am just driver. And it's one of his best goddamn performances.
It is.
Arguably,
so
hands down, one of his best fucking performances. And 2007 is like right on the tail end of all the Lord of the Rings. Because I think it was like, 2001, 2004, 2005. You know,
Yeah,
so he's right on the tail end of all the Lord of the Rings. He's kicking ass, getting good thing. And it's something that I believe people should watch. Corey, your take.
Yeah, I very much agree with that. A couple of heart-wrenching scenes in there.
Oh my God.
And honestly, you're not lying about Viggo. Like this is one of his best roles, if I'm being honest. Like he is such a good character, a deep character in this. Like he really got into the role. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, oh, the fucking the baby scene, Cal.
Yeah, the baby scene. And then even there, he fights fucking dong out naked in a fucking Turkish bathhouse. He
does. Proud of him for being able to go through with that role. You know what I mean?
Fucking
like,
balls out, dog. You guys see it.
You do. It is flapping around, doing its own thing.
Very powerful performance by Viggo. Naomi Watts also, I don't know what she's been in, but she was very good character in this.
She's been in a lot, yeah.
Let's see, she was in
The Ring.
Oh, she was in The Ring. Was that her? All right, yeah, so she was in The Ring. The Ring 2.
Oh, and King Kong.
She was in Tank Girl.
Oh, yeah.
Was she Tank Girl? No, Lori Petty was Tank Girl. Jet Girl. So she was... Ice-T was in Tank Girl?
Oh, my God.
Huh. I guess I've never seen Tank Girl. Regardless, before we get too far down the rabbit hole, crazy good performance by Naomi Watts. Everyone else fucking shows up. Check it out.
It's just a fun mafia thing. Like, it fits that same sort of niche as, I'm not going to remember the name of it. Jack Nicholson.
Oh, The Departed.
Wahlberg. Departed, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, God,
See,
The
Matt,
Departed.
with your mom was a fucking...
It was Austin's mom. It was Austin's mom.
It was Austin's mom.
It was Austin's mom. Like, that's...
The elevator at the end.
Yeah.
Why do they keep killing people?
No, the movie, that is a spectacular movie. Another fucking banger. Everyone loves The Departed, though. Like, if you don't...
Yeah, it's these fun mafioso tragedies, you know? Like...
Vera Farmiga, who you'd recognize her. Jack Nicholson, Leonardo DiCaprio, Matt Damon, Mark Wahlberg, Martin Sheen, Alec Baldwin. Fucking, who else?
There's more.
Anthony Anderson, you guys recognize him. He's fucking amazing.
Oh, yeah.
You recognize all these people, but it's just, yeah, though, Matt Damon, Marky Mark, fucking Leonardo DiCaprio.
Yeah, for some reason, I will say Eastern Promises feels to me as long as The Departed, but it's nowhere near as close.
The Departed is 50 more minutes.
Yeah,
The Departed is 2 movies.
It is. It should be 2 movies.
The Departed is 2 different movies. It's such a goddamn long... It's Scorsese.
Yeah.
Oh, God, such a fucking fantastic film. I'm not even like dick riding. Like, it's always been one of my favorite films. It's up there with The Town. Another crazy fucking good movie. I didn't watch this with you. You haven't seen The Town?
I don't think so.
Oh, my God. All right, so... The Town, Rebecca Hall, I don't know what she's been in. Ben Affleck, Jeremy Renner, John Hamm, fucking Pete Postlethwaite, which you'd recognize. He's a,
I recognize the face, yeah.
No, but John Hamm, Jeremy Renner, and Ben Affleck. John Hamm is the FBI agent that's trying to catch Ben Affleck and Jeremy Renner, who are bank robbers.
Okay.
And they do one more heist. Dude, I would watch it with you today, actually. I love this movie. We need to figure something out because
also reminds me of The Vault, which is
That's Franco, right?
Yeah, that was Franco. Mm-hmm.
The Vault, Franco.
I love that the first thing that comes up is a restaurant, apparently.
The Vault Tap House and Bistro, huh?
Interesting.
Opens at 4. Yeah, James Franco, Scott Hayes, Tara Manning. I don't recognize any of these people.
I think that there need to be more horror heists, okay? I think that heist movie and horror movie need to be playing together a little bit more often, okay? There's just something about bank ghosts that really ties it all together.
All right, we're going to finish up here pretty quick. Top 3 movies you suggest to people right now, something you've watched, something you don't. Top 3 movies right now, off the top. I'll go first while you listen.
Yeah.
I'm gonna recommend... I would recommend all 3 of those. But one we watched recently, Everything Everywhere All the Time. If you haven't checked it out, please do check it out. Rent it, whatever you need to do to check it out. Watch it twice.
It's a good fucking
Watch
movie.
it once, don't ask any questions.
You need the second watch.
Watch it the second time. Watch it twice. I don't often recommend, and I know people don't like fucking doing this, but watch it twice. Everything Everywhere, all of the time. They blew it out of the park. It mystified me the second time all the way through. Absolutely love it. I recently watched the Equalizer series. If you haven't checked it out, if you like Denzel getting old.
That's the quintessential Denzel getting old arc. Yeah, that's it.
It's been great. And then another Denzel film, Deja Vu. I've talked about it a little bit. It's one of Corey and mine's favorite movies. Deja Vu. Denzel Washington. Fucking time travel.
Yeah, absolutely.
So,
oh my God.
Yeah, watch those 3. That's my suggestion, Corey.
I did recently watch Die Hard again.
The first one?
Yeah, the first one. And it's so worth it. I love that. It's such a ride.
Never seen it.
Really? Oh, God, we have to fix that. So the joke is that Die Hard is a Christmas movie because it's a Christmas movie, but it's not a Christmas movie. All of the music that plays in that movie is Christmas music, okay? And there's Santa references everywhere and like Christmas lights up and people talking about Christmas, but the plot has nothing to do with Christmas at all.
That's insane.
And so you've got this ride of, you've got Bruce Willis who's like trying to take down a heist that's happening inside the building where his estranged wife works. Okay. And he's doing these badass, like, leaping across an elevator shaft. He loses his shoes because of the way that he has to sneak out of the room where he was changing originally. So there's a scene where he has to, like, step over broken glass in order to do this stuff. And it's Bruce Willis being quintessential badass in just the best way. I finally got Ashley to watch it. I guess I have to get you to watch it now, too. But Die Hard, definitely worth it. Oh, God. What else do I got? I mean, The Vault is up there.
Yeah, that's a pretty good one. It's a spooky heist movie.
And if we're... spooky heist movie is about right. And it's got Dave Franco? Is it Dave?
I think it's James.
Maybe James Franco.
It's James Franco.
It's James, yeah. Okay. James Franco, in a very interesting role for James Franco. Did love that quite a bit. And then on that same, since we're going into the horror stuff here, The Void, another excellent kind of horrible horror movie.
Nicolas
Cage. You remember The Void, Cal?
Nicolas Cage. No, The Void was the hospital. The hospital.
That was the hospital one. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think I talked about that on the pod a while ago after I watched it because it was so fucking scary.
It was really scary with good practical effects. And I mean, I loved the like Cthulhu cult going on in the background, like really good stuff. And I liked the ending on that one. I liked where they ended up. They didn't need to close it off. It didn't need to be like, and that's a wrap. It ended up with like the characters getting shunted off into another dimension, maybe? We're not sure. Absolutely cool. Great film work. Great horror. Good scares. Just good movie all around. On I think a relatively low budget, I think. What was the budget on that movie?
Less than $82,000?
Yeah, short budget, great effect. The acting, I mean, it's
about
did you fart? Movie, but he did. I guarantee you he did.
Yeah, less than 82,000, and it was...
it should have been a B movie, and it kind of wasn't. Like, that's where I'm at with that.
Absolutely stellar fucking movie. Yeah, these fucking things. So good. Yeah, no, so fucking good, dude. Also watch John Dies at the End. It's wherever you can find it, watch John Dies at the End. Corey and I will both add on a unanimous fourth to watch John Dies at the End. It's very short. Everything happens all at once. Penis doorknobs. Corey's going to get a shot poured up while we listen to a song that we both know and love. Corey had to order this album off of the internet.
I did.
Because we couldn't find it in America. And we found an AMV a long time ago that had this song on it. Hellsing, another wonderful anime. Check that out. Only 13 episodes. There's also an OVA.
That's where we found this.
And this is A Nomine Mitternacht, which is midnight in German ?
Which I did. It is midnight in German. Which I did memorize all the lyrics to when I was a kid and don't remember it. But it's fine.
It's fine. Enjoy the music video. This is the time to smoke up. I'm going to go get a shot from Corey. Drink up. Oh, of course, the audio quality would be old.
Yes. I still don't know what the fuck genre this is, Cal. Like, the music video, I don't even freaking remember. No, I do remember it. Oh, God.
Goth Electro. It's
I love that he's sitting in his dark. Goth Electro is accurate, yeah.
It's Goth Electro.
It sort of fits in the same bill as Electro Swing, right? I love that he's telling us this in his dark study.
Yeah, it's like storming outside. It's so such a large amount of unnecessary things happening, you know?
In Nomine has another song that's just the Lord's Prayer.
Oh, yeah.
And Spanish. And German? There were a couple of different versions of that. I remember more of the lyrics than I thought I did. Also, get a throat lozenge.
I would love one, Corey. Do you have any?
I do, actually. I can get you some.
Okay. I wish I would have asked beforehand. I don't know, like...
What is happening here? It's been a while since we watched this music video, Cal. Is he a doctor?
I think he's Dracula.
I think he's Dracula too, but it's das Nacht. Mitternacht.
It's the night. It's midnight.
We are animated by the light, or in the light. The stuff of the night is very obscuring. I think that's something like, with music, the two of us, something. Midnight!
Midnight! Midnight!
Ah!
Vermin Nocturne. Anima in bedtime.
The music video is definitely based off of Dracula, for sure. This is like the ride up to Dracula's castle type thing. But it's a very, like, what did they run over? Did they run over him? Is that a Bride of Dracula?
Yeah. What the fuck?
Oh god. What? Laser beams? Who are you? Oh. In the box. Don't you wish that you could put your ghost lady in the box, Cal? It's so much easier that way.
What the fuck just
I have
happened?
a lot of questions about that music video.
Because we watched it a lot of times since we've like been kids.
Yeah,
we've
that's
never
very
once
true.
been like, wait, what?
Hold on a second. Like, what exactly just happened? So she ate a guy in spirit and then got boxed. And now I'm just thinking, what's in the box?
Remember to survive, strive, and thrive, everybody. We love you. You smell good. And you're going to be just great. Have a good day.
Love you guys.